Chairman, thank you, gentlemen. We have limited time, so I'm going to ask for a yes or no question, probably unless otherwise indicated. Secretary Austin, last week General Walters told this committee that in the months leading up to February 24th, he considered himself part of an interagency effort designed to deter and dissuade Vladimir Putin from invading Ukraine. Did you share General Walters' goal, yes or no?
Well, I hope General Walters shared my goal since I'm the Secretary of Defense. And my objectives were to, number one, defend this nation. Number two, make sure that we did everything possible to unify and defend NATO if required. Number three, flow security force assistance to Ukraine. And then number four, manage escalation.
So the goal was not to deter Putin from invading Ukraine?
I've just laid out what my goals were, and certainly—
Which did not include deterring Putin from invading Ukraine, unless I missed it.
Well, it was an objective of the government to deter Putin, but as General Milley described, it's very difficult to do unless you put forces on the ground, and that's a decision that we made early in the effort here, that we're not going to put forces in Ukraine to fight Russia.
It was an objective of the government. You have just reminded us that you are an important person in that government apparatus, the Secretary of Defense. Was it the goal of your policy, or the government's policy for which you work, the President of the United States, to deter Putin from invading Ukraine? It
was a goal to deter him from invading Ukraine, and if he did invade, it was a goal, and still is a goal, to impose significant costs on Putin. And you're seeing that play out in ways that Putin never imagined. And you're seeing the Ukrainians resist Putin in incredible ways, because we provided them some capability to do that, but also because they have the grit and the determination to fight to defend their country.
Totally agree with the grit and determination they've shown, which is remarkable. So the goal was to deter Putin. We did not achieve that goal. Putin invaded anyway on February 24th. Do you share the assessment General Milley gave a little bit ago, that perhaps Putin was simply undeterrable, and therefore our campaign of deterrence was bound to fail?
I do not believe that our campaign has failed. This is still in progress. And
got it, with respect
to there's a price to be paid by Putin for what he's done.
Got it. But we failed to deter Putin from invading Ukraine. I'm interested in whether you think there's anything we could have done, looking back, hindsight's 2020, in the months leading up to February 24th, to successfully deter him from invading Ukraine. And perhaps there isn't. I don't know. I'm just curious to get your opinion on it.
As General Milley pointed out, if we put forces into Ukraine to fight Putin, this would be a different story. But we made a decision that we weren't going to do that, and we made a decision for the right reason, and I support those decisions.
So I think that's actually a very important point, that perhaps if we had put hard power, and American hard power, in the path of Putin, that would have been the only thing that could have deterred him. I guess what I mentioned, does that same analysis hold true with respect to Taiwan? Would putting American forces on Taiwan increase or decrease the likelihood that Xi Jinping would attempt an invasion?
Hypothetical. I think that it's not advisable to make direct comparisons between Ukraine and Taiwan. These are two completely different scenarios, two different theaters, and so.
So do you think then that what has happened in Ukraine is not connected, has not impacted Xi's calculus with respect to Taiwan?
No, I'm certain that, I don't want to speculate on what's in Mr. Xi's head, but certainly I think as the world looks at this, they've been impressed by the commitment, the resolve of many countries in the world to resist that kind of behavior.
Would it be too far to characterize your view as the commitment and resolve on display by the Ukrainians and our NATO allies has made an invasion of Taiwan less likely than it was likely than it was on February 23rd?
Is the commitment of the people of Taiwan?
No. The commitment that you just referenced with respect to NATO and Ukraine had any impact on Xi's calculus in Taiwan and made an invasion more or less likely?
Well, again, I don't want to speculate on whether or not an invasion is likely or less likely. But again, I would say that We just need to be careful about making direct comparisons between what's going on in Ukraine and what could happen in Taiwan.
Thank you.
Gentleman's time has expired.